here, here. I left you here. I left you here.
We did master? It's pretty cool.
I know, right? There. Now, it's gotten really ugly because I've shown it to a few people today. But there is the answers. Now, I will accept either the green highlighted or the blue highlighted. Now, listen to me, please. If you have the yellow stuff highlighted, the highlighted yellow stuff, if you have that right, and then you proceeded to go into decimals, and you got the blues wrong, like the answer you wrote down is not either of those, when you did the yellow part right, then where is your error? In concept or in calculation? Calculation. Which is the one that worries me? Concept. We can work on calculators. It just takes practice. It's like everything else. It's like when you go to Mr. Federley's class and he types, it is faster than you can even think. And there's almost not a lot of mistakes. Right? When I type, it's still a little bit faster than a regular person, but it's nowhere near Federley's speed because he has practiced more. Is Federley saying better words than me? No. He's just practiced more. The words are the same. Picking up what I'm putting down? So, if you are okay in yellow, yes. If you have trouble with the blue, don't worry. That's just learning to use your calculator. Is everybody okay with this one? Now, I did volume and surface area because I believe I asked you guys to do volume and surface area on the first page. Did I not? I can't remember. I get very confused what I ask which class to do. Regardless, you have one of those on the page. Yes? Everybody in the room did either volume or surface area of a sphere with a radius of 25, right? Okay, so everybody is okay with that one? All right. Now, as I was telling the other class, this is kind of level, if math concepts in grade 10 were broken down 1, 2, 3, 4. Level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4 concepts. A level 1 concept is, that's a shape. It's got an area. That's level 1, okay? Are you ready to move on past grade 10? No. Level 2, that's a shape. It's got an area. It's got a length. It's got a width. I look on my sheet. I see that area equals length times width. I have a length. I have a width. Plug it in. Get an answer. That's level 2. Okay? That's, all right, you can do grade 10. Kinda. Okay? Level 3 is the rest of this assignment. It is not level 4 yet. Okay? When I stop talking today, you will be doing some level 4 questions, and we will see what happens. Dum, dum, dum. All right. We already did 2A and B. There is C and D. Now, I put surface area here because a bunch of kids in my other class didn't bother reading V and did surface area, which is kind of like saying if you work in a restaurant and I ordered a clubhouse sandwich and you send me out a Caesar salad. It might be the best Caesar salad you've ever made, and it might be delicious, but it is not what I ordered. Understand? So what the real answers are, the volumes, which is what I was looking for. And again, I have had them written in blue and green. Does anybody wish to question about any of them? We are still on a level 1 type question. Is everybody good? One of the questions that was asked of me was this. Why, in formulas, do we put pi first, but in answers, we put pi last? I don't know. I think it's just because, like everything in math, somebody at one point decided that's the way they wanted to do it, and all the other math guys were like, oh, all right, we don't care. Everybody cool? Sam.
So the formula to find the surface area of the sphere is 4 pi r.
4 pi, surface area, 4 pi r squared for surface area, because surface area is always squared. Volume is divided by 3, yes. Okay? Everybody good? All right. Now we get into level 3 questions. So I'm going to erase a bunch of my work here so we can discuss. Okay, you will notice what was the very first thing I did. I wrote out what I needed to do because it's getting more complicated, right? I looked at that and I said, all right, I need the surface area of a rectangular prism. So if I did this, that's where I'm starting from, yes? Okay. Then I drilled a hole in that rectangular prism. Agreed? So that rectangular prism's surface area, which is right there, lost one circle, which is right there, yes? Yeah. And then I drilled a second hole in it, because I drilled right through. So it lost a second circle, didn't it? But when I cut that hole, I created this whole new surface that is only the sides of a cylinder, 2 pi rh, not the circles. Now, somebody in the other class said, but Mr. Myers, then why didn't you just do the rectangle plus the sides of the cylinder? Why did you have to subtract anything? Why did I subtract? Because they said, and rightly so, if you only did this part of the cylinder, you've already subtracted the circles. Did I subtract them? Or did I just not count them? I didn't count them, which isn't the same as subtracting, is it? Since I cut them out like a hole, I had to subtract it because the rectangular prism lost those circles. Does everybody understand?
Yes.
Spokesperson Taylor, spoken for the class. Do we all agree? Motion carried? Okay. Yeah, Taylor, I'm giving you a hard time. Relax. It's nothing, Okay. And Sarah seconded you anyway.
Awesome.
So the motion is carried. And then volume, is volume ever a problem? No, it's always easy, right? Because you had a shape and you took some of it out. So it's just subtraction. Everybody cool? Everybody's good with number 3? All right. Number 4. I find number 4 to be easy, yet conceptually difficult.
Can I see number 3 again?
Certainly. You know, you guys, it's going to be on the video, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, whoa. Ooh, Lauren. I will give you this warning. When I let you work today, there are gummy bears on the line.
Oh.
So the more time you have to work, the more time you have a chance at more gummy bears. Yes, Sam?
For the answer to that, you have to find the same for the cylinder and the
Yes. 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 SAV. Cool? Cool? Okay, I'm just going to wait. I'm in no rush. I got nowhere to be.
Well, this is where you're supposed to be.
Exactly. I got nowhere else. I should have said nowhere else to be. I'm sorry, Sarah. I know. No, I agree with you. Clarity in discussion is important, as is evidenced by the fact if you watch that YouTube video where the dad tries to get his kids to write instructions to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Have you ever seen that?
No.
He says to the kids, hey, kids, you want to help me? And the kids say, yeah. Write me instructions for how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And the kids say, no problem, Dad. And the kid comes back, and his dad picks up the paper, and he says, the paper says, take 2 pieces of bread. So the dad says, all right, takes out 2 pieces of bread. And then he said, then the next question is, open the peanut butter. And the dad says, okay. He opens the peanut butter. Then the kid says, the next instruction was, rub the bread, or put the peanut butter on the bread. So the dad takes the jar and puts it on the bread.
Oh, I did that with my
Yeah. Clarity is important. The next girl, his older sister, did slightly better, but it was still super funny. If you haven't watched it, do yourself a favor. We good? All right. Now, this question. This is the way I thought of it. Of course, you are welcome to think of it in any way you wish. I started out with this big blue cone, yes? And since that big blue cone has a surface area of pi r squared plus pi r slant, I did my math, yes? Yeah. So pi r squared, it was 9. The slant was 15, right? So I found it. Everybody good? Okay. Now, when I cut off the little cone, I added that, didn't I? Yeah. So there's my addition of the yellow there, yes? But the big cone also lost, and excuse this word, it's not a real word, it lost the coney part of the yellow cone. Do you understand what I'm saying when I say the coney part? Yeah. Okay, so that's why I subtracted out the pi rs. Mm-hmm. But it had to be that second s, which was 5. Is everybody cool with that one, conceptually speaking? Layton's, Taylor's the spokesperson. Whew. It looks like there's a coup coming, Taylor. I'd watch your back around that Layton character. I think he might be amassing to try and take over at the next board meeting. Just saying. But seriously, is everybody okay? Write down what you need. Everybody's cool? Remember, I will take either the pi or the 659.7. I don't care which one. Huh?
Well, I thought we were supposed to do it.
Which?
I was doing it and you done it. Okay, at the beginning it was scrolled up, but for some reason I thought you told us to start working on it.
No.
Okay.
Okay. No problem. And then for volume, I just did large cone minus small cone. Right? Because volume doesn't matter that we made a new circle there. We just lost that volume at the top. Everybody good? You just give him a wet willy? Oh, okay. I thought you did, and Sam was like a ninja. He just sat there.
I did it to him 4 times.
And because even if you don't give a wet willy, if someone puts their finger even in your ear, I'm putting my own finger in my ear, and it's making me twitch.
I don't like that.
Right? And Sam was just like, didn't move. I was impressed. Oh, I know that now, but when I glanced, you were pulling your hand away. I didn't see what you actually did.
I'm like my little brother. Like, I've tried to give him wet willies before, and he just sits there. And he's like 10.
Oh, yeah, that's impressive. That's zen, man. That is zen.
Especially for my little brother.
I'm pretty zen-y about tickling. If I see it coming, I can take it. I can just sit there.
See, my brother's not. You don't even have to do it.
If I walk up to you and go like this, see? My wife is like that. If I reach my hand anywhere near the top of her knee, and I just go like this, she goes, all right. Well, she doesn't really. Yeah, she does. Okay. Math time. No, see, I can talk about math for 5 minutes, and everybody, you guys will pay attention, no problem. But the second I stop talking about math, everyone's ready. Oh, yeah, I don't want to talk about math anymore. You can turn off your attention to math right away. As soon as we start talking about tickling people, when it's time to end the talk about tickling people, you can't turn off your attention to tickling people. That has to carry on. No. You know what? I'm going to say what I say to every class. You plan a Halloween party, you bring in the stuff, I won't care. And 17 years I've been teaching. You know how many Halloween parties I've had to have in my class? None.
I'm still going to play.
Let's make it.
We're going to break the...
Next. This is a cut in half cylinder, yes?
Yeah.
So if it was a whole cylinder, it would be 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h, right?
Yes.
But since it's cut in half, I'm dividing by 2, yes? What do I get to do with all the 2's? Cancel. So there is the cylinder. But remember, That is only the outside. When I cut it in half, I created this whole rectangle, which means I had to add that whole rectangle. Is everybody good? Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. You betcha. Okay, this isn't London. Right? I do not think that Sam is trying to hide his face to perform some sort of terrorist activity. Like, what's he gonna do? Draw a mean, note on the board?
Yeah.
Right? Now, whoa, stop. No, seriously, get yourselves under control. Terrorism the world over is not something we should be laughing at, right? It really isn't. It's appalling, right? But I also don't believe that every person wearing a hood... No, it's not that. Because a good terrorist you would think he was a lovable person. If he was really good at his job, you would not expect it, right? But a person wearing a hood does not necessarily make one a hoodlum. Just like people on skateboards are not necessarily bad kids, even though the world seems to think. Skateboarding is not a crime. There was that song that was out a few years ago. If I die before I wake, at least in heaven I can skate. Because the song came out at the beginning or during the heightened sense of, hating all kids on skateboards, which you think is something new, but it isn't. In 1985, they hated me on a skateboard too.
You rode skateboards?
Yes. I had an Hosoi Hammerhead.
That sounds pretty cool.
It was a badass skateboard. When I was down in California, I was looking at some skateboards on their wall of famous skateboards. They had a Hosoi Hammerhead up there. And I said, I had a Hosoi Hammerhead. And the much cooler than me, a much younger guy that worked there was like, wow, that's awesome. And I was like, thanks, man. Moving on. Did anybody need to talk? We just cut it in half for volume. Okay. Now, hemisphere, see you, Josiah. Hemispheres, you just follow the formula that we developed in class, right?
Yeah.
Right? Now, I want to make a point here, because I did something that I have a reason for doing it, and it's never crossed my mind that it makes very little sense to you guys. And nobody's ever questioned me about it until this year. Remember when we said that the volume of a hemisphere, 4 pi r cubed over 3, was multiplied by 1/2?
Yeah.
And you get 4 pi r cubed over 6? I do that because I want you guys to see that part of the formula as much as you can so it sticks in your head. But I've never once remembered or thought of the fact that, hey, wait a minute, isn't 4 over 6 the same as 2/3? And one of the kids in my other class said, well, can I just do that? What did I say? Of course you can, because it's the concept is fine, right? I only like to do this to remind you of the original formula. Okay, that's why I do it. So when I did the second question here, I actually did use 2 and 3.
Oh, I got it.
Is everybody okay with these pages? Okay. Now, when I say okay, I mean like, you're like, oh yeah, I see what. I have 0.72 and Mr. Myers has 0.87. I'm not going to worry about it. Is everybody at that level for these levels? Yeah? Everybody sees where all my answers came from?
Yes.
Yeah? You second? Okay. Motion carried. All in favor say aye.
I.
No, you.
A-E-I-O-U.
No.
5 gummy bear prize if you can tell me one word in the English language with all 5 vowels in alphabetical order in the next 10 seconds. Go.
Ayu, bye.
Caillou.
Oh, Lauren's got to answer. Ambidextrous?
No.
No, it doesn't have an E.
No, it does.
Oh,
Indextrous.
no, it's
No.
No, there's no.
Caillou.
No.
There's no E.
Uh,
And Caillou isn't a word. Caillou is a small French cartoon that deserves. No.
Yeah, favorite. No.
Where's the E?
Oh, at the end.
No, I said it's got to be in order. Huh?
What?
Yes.
That makes it
That's what I
so
said.
hard. Oh my
What's
gosh.
the word in the English language that has all 5 vowels in it?
In alphabetical order. Not consecutive.
It said Kentucky border.
Siri's so brilliant. The answer.
Wait.
Wait. Can you repeat the question?
I want a word in the English language with all 5 vowels in alphabetical order.
Including what?
If you include Y, then you get this same word but the adverb for it. Because you just add ly to the end.
Oh, so it's a verb. In what context would you use this verb?
The context of this. You guys are so facetious. Facetious. And if you add the Y, it is facetiously.
Do I get 5 gummy bears?
No.
Abstemious.
Abstemious is the other one.
And arsenious.
Oh, I didn't know about Arsenius. What's that mean?
I don't know.
Because as usual, Siri does not actually help with anything.
What? That's chemistry.
Okay.
Arsenic with a valency.
That's arsenic.
No.
That's chemistry.
That's arsenic. All right. So you guys now have a job. On page... Leighton? No, the next page. Oh, we're not done.
No.
Oh, we are done. Yeah, what's the next page?
38.
On page 38, there it begins a series of 4 questions that goes through to, I believe, page 41.
Oh.
Now, listen to me. Question 1, A and B, carries with it a... Don't look! It wasn't too late.
I said 191.
Arsenious means anything containing arsenic.
Oh, really? Damn, I screwed up.
191.
All right,
5.
stop it.
We used to give arsenic to cancer.
Well, now I'm not going to give it to you. There was going to be a gummy bear prize, but not anymore. All right, listen.
Well, you didn't see.
You need to, there is no prize for 1A,
Darn it.
but I will give a 5 gummy bear prize. Wait. 5 gummy bear prize for 1B done correctly with work for 1A, because you all saw the answer. But more importantly, and the first 3 people to get it. If you work in a group, you only get 5 gummy bears to split between all of you.
That's fine.
Now, more importantly, number 2 carries a 10 bear prize for the first 2 people to get it. Everybody good? And then you just continue to work on page 39 and page 41. 40. Now listen to me. When you get to number 3B, consider our room ending at that beam that goes all the way around and the walls of our room. I'm asking you to do a question with the walls of our room. Pretend we have a ceiling right at... Shut up, I did it with the other class. They all laughed at me too. But I made it work. Shut up! None of you could do this. Pretend that there's a ceiling right there. On 1 foot. Okay? And consider the walls flat. There's no this chunk, there's no cupboard back there. Okay?
Okay.
Go. All right, stop. It's time.
14,973.5.
It's time to do the swimming pool question.
No.
Ah, you see what I did there? I'm doing the first question because it was the first question I wanted you to do. Oh, all right. But seriously, folks, here we go. I sure hope I just started recording. Has it been going the whole time? No. Oh, I don't think so. I just started, right? Yeah, okay. All right. So, swimming pool.
It's on the screen.
What shape is that swimming pool? It doesn't have a name, does it?
No.
Okay, but it has a category. What is it?
A prism.
It's a prism, yes. Am I doing volume or surface area? Volume, because I'm filling it up. So what is the volume of every single prism? Area of the base times the height. Now, why is that not good terminology? Because we get, not sometimes confusing, the base is a confusing word to use. Because when we say base, we automatically think of what? The bottom. Excellent. Is it the bottom?
No,
It's the repeated shape. What is the repeated shape?
The power.
That. Yes? Which makes that the base, which makes that the height. Yes?
Yeah.
So if I know the area of the base, and I'm going to draw it better now so you guys can see. That's 1, that's 15, that's 7. How would you find that area? Well, it's that, which is how big? 15 by 1. And then it's that, which is how big?
Oh, it's a triangle.
It's a triangle. 7 times 15 divided by 2 is 52.5. So the blue area is 67.5 times what? Times 6, which is 405, which a lot of people got to. Then they need to read the question. 85%. So you multiply that by 0.85 to get 344.25 meters cubed. That's how much water I need. The question is, how long will it take? If I can do 1.8 meters in an hour and I divide that by 1.8, I get 191.25. Everybody cool? All right. Now, the next question is actually crazy difficult because it requires you to do a lot of converting. You know that 1 liter is 1,000 centimeters cubed, yes?
Yeah.
I have 344.25 meters cubed. What is the problem there and there? They're not the same. Convert to meters from meters to centimeters. How many times? What do I have to do? If I have 1 meter, how do I convert it to centimeters? Times 100, right? Okay, so I must have to multiply this times 100, yes?
It's meters cubed.
It's meters cubed. So I have to multiply the length times 100, the width times 100, and the height times 100. So I have to multiply it by 100 cubed, which is 1,000,000, yes? So how many decimal places do I move? 6, right? Now wait for it. When I move those 6 decimal places, I then will have some number in centimeters cubed, won't I? What do I want? Liters. So I multiply by 1 liter over 1,000 centimeters. So what do I do with those 3 zeros? Cancel them out. So it's this plus 6 zeros, but then take away 3 zeros. So I got to move the decimal place 3 spaces. 344.25. What goes in the hole? 0 liters. And I know she will be mad at me when I do it, but all of you should notice that Lauren did a really good job of that because that's a tough question. Now, the question that has killed you all. First of all, is it volume or surface area? Okay, we all know it's volume because we're filling the net, yes? Now, all of you made the same mistake. All of you started right in with numbers and formulas without thinking. You all took the volume of the net, found the volume of a puck, and divided. Right?
Exactly.
Of course you did, except wait. There's a rectangle, yes? Excellent. There's 2 pucks, yes? What's that? Empty space. Can you use the volume? No. So what you had to do was recognize that the net looks like this. It is 1 meter back. It is 1.22 meters this way and 1.83 this way, right? Pucks are measured in centimeters. So what should I do to all these? Convert them to 183, 122, and 100, right? So I have 122 centimeters across here. How big's a puck? No, 7.62. Do the math. 122 divided by 7.62. 16 pucks will fit across the net. So I get 16 this way, yes? How many will fit here? 100 divided by what? 7.62, which is what? 13, yes? How many will fit up and down? 183 divided by what? No. 2.54, because you're going up in height. What is that answer? 72? 183 divided by 2.54. 183 divided by 2.54. 72. 72. So you get a pile of pucks that is 16 across, 13 deep. There's the base times 72 up.
14,976.
14,976.
14,975.
Now, once again, where the people that got close made mistakes was probably leaving the decimals in because it was 72.04. You cannot have 0.04 of a puck, right? Use your brains. Okay? Everybody cool? Now, again, was it complicated math? No. What was complicated? The thinking. Now, I will say this again. Is this a real life problem or is it a math class problem? Math class problem. Does having your brain think in different patterns, is that real life or math class?
Yeah.
That's real life. So, yes, will this hold any use for you in the real world? This question, no, never in a million years. Is thinking about a problem and moving it around to get a solution a skill that will help you in the real world? Yes. That is the point of math class and all school in general. What you do is not for the real world. What you think is for the real world. Sam. If it is, will you study harder? Then no, because you aren't going to study harder if it is. Does that seem like a quiz question? Are quizzes level 1 and 2 or level 3 and 4? 1 and 2. What are tests?
3 and 4.
2, 3, except for the odd 4 to make sure to separate the top end from the next level down. No. If a question's worth doing, it's worth doing. I know there are some people that believe in bonus questions, but I ask you this. Do you have a job?
Yeah.
How much do you get paid an hour?
I'm paid 7 cents a paper.
Okay, so I assume you are folding or delivering them or something?
Yeah.
Okay, so you deliver the papers to the houses, right? You get paid 7 cents a paper.
Yeah.
You deliver all your papers in 1 day. I deliver all my papers in 2 days. Do I get paid more than you or less than you?
Announcements for the end of the day.
No.
Grads, please let your
I
parents
don't,
know
do
that
I?
The first grad parent
Right?
meeting is set for September the 26th
So-
at 7 p.m. in the library. So please let your parents know.
Do you still deliver the papers?
Yeah.
Do you enjoy delivering them in 1 day so you have a second day free?
If you have returned
So there's no bonus.
by the end of September, your name will be
Now,
listed.
if you delivered more papers, would you get paid more than me? So is that bonus?
Starbucks lunch tomorrow.
If I deliver more paper, if I wanted to earn what you earned, I would have to do more papers, wouldn't I? So is it worth me delivering more papers? Only if I want the money.
Dodson Elementary.
So is the question worth doing? Only if you want the credit for it.
Grade 12, grad 2, September 28th. Final call.
Miss Nguyen?